forward. To start off the program, I invite Ms. Abuna Shah to say a few words about the book. I'm sure she's read it. Ms. Shah is a well-known writer, educator, and founder of Bookaholics. Bookaholics is a Nepali Facebook group established in 2011, and it has increasingly become popular among the lovers of books and literature. With more than 15,000 members, it is a platform to explore reading and writing. Thank you, Ms. Shah, for your presence. Sorry. Let me invite you. Okay, before this, I would like to invite Mr. Sumit to say a few words of welcome and his inward journey about writing the book.
Thank you, Sanjeev. What happened is we sort of decided that we will change the, So, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Mohanji, General Secretary of Nepali Congress, Her Excellency, Felicity Lord, Australian Ambassador to Nepal, who joined us online today. His Excellency Hanan Goda, Israeli Ambassador to Nepal. A very eminent writer of our time, Pudi Sagarji, and a very vibrant and dynamic writer, Sadhanaji. Atul, he has joined from Delhi as well. Atul is a widely known read columnist. He writes for multiple newspapers and he is author of multiple books. Distinguished guests, diplomats, literary figures, ladies and gentlemen, and each one of you, I am extremely thankful to all of you for your time and kind gesture. Thank you very much for attending this event. I am very much honored. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I think life is not easy. We all know this, particularly when we try to juggle through various responsibilities and our own passion. So perhaps most of us would like to build our own support system within and around us that help us remain calm, peaceful, and yet strive for things we want in life. I'm so fortunate that I have a very strong support system around me that has been very supportive and helped me produce not only this work, but as well have saved me in many different ways. I'm thankful to my parents who are with me here today for their continuous and loving support throughout. It is so difficult to talk about our own parents. We all know this. One of the lines that I have jotted down in this novel reads like this. Parents are somewhat mysteriously entangled in their children's lives. They can neither hide everything nor completely express themselves. They neither want to hold on to us forever, nor can they let go of us completely. And what a blessing it is when you are blessed to navigate your life along with them. I'm thankful to my wife, Binu, who have stood by me when I was sailing through the rough patches of my life. I have two elder sisters, Sipra and Sweta, and their family. My lovely Bhanjis are here, generous Vinajus, Ravi and Sanjay. Sometimes I joke and I often call them my Chalta Firta wallets, jokes about, but they are my emotional and mental support. Then I have my extended family. Many important friends in my life who at different stages have served me in different many ways. Gavanji, who is with us at the dais today, is one of my such friends. Madhudai, Basantadai, Asadidi, all these are very strong support pillars of my life. And if I see around, many of you who are present here today is connected to me at the deepest personal and emotional level. It is this bonding that constantly pushes me to better myself all the time. So thank you to each one of you. This book that I hold with me today would not have materialized without the wonderful translation that was done by Sushrut Acharya. Sushrut is with us today. So thank you so much, Sushrut, for your wonderful work. And I am thankful to my dear friend and literary consultant Atul Kumar Thakur, who remained an insider in the making of this book right from the beginning. It's really thankful to actress Manisha Kagala, professors, delegates from the London School of Economics, award-winning social entrepreneur and philanthropist Aditya Jha, award-winning writers from Pakistan, Sayyid Kashif Raza and Farooq Shoaib Goendi, and once again to Atul for their endorsement in the book. I'm thankful to Renicol Burma, the founder and the founder of the Vitatsa and the entire team at the publishing, Alisa Burma, editor Kanagam King, designer Somesh Kumar Mishra, for their hard work that has gone into the publishing process. I'm indebted to my friend Sanjeevni, who has kindly agreed to, volunteer to be here as a YAMC today. She is herself a very well-known environmentalist. So thank you, Sanjeevni. I'm equally thankful to Dr. Shakil Gori. He's my friend from Pakistan and my former LSE mate, and Sams Kazmi, without whose support this work would not have taken its shape as it has today. I cannot forget to thank my own line manager at my work at the British Embassy, who just left for London yesterday and could not attend this event. But Tom Adams, you have constantly supported my work, so thank you so much. A lot of many Nepali literary figures who I deeply admire and respect are present here with us today. They have tremendously supported me in the Nepali version of this work as well, particularly my own Thulubua Narendra Sarma, who is here with us, and eminent and respected Sarat Chandra Vastudai. I have a lot of respect for you both. And I would like to briefly touch upon why I wrote this book. There are multiple reasons, I think. Perhaps I had initially thought that I would make some money out of it, which has not been true so far, unfortunately. Perhaps I had also thought that writing could be an added dimension in my career, but at the deepest level, I think I wanted to communicate the stories of our time, stories that I feel are important and need to be told. I think the story of so many Alis, the protagonist of the novel, had to be spelled out, and there are other important and powerful characters in this story, Jara, Ria, that needs to be equally spelled out. I think man's thirst for existentialism has remained since long ago and shall remain until we exist. The protagonist, Ali, questions and ponders on his existence like most of us do. Hence, it is our stories. Migration has been a permanent feature since the advent of human civilization, but it got more accelerated during our age. And that acceleration brought varied opportunity to mankind, but yet dismantled the very fabrics of our lives. I had always wanted to write something on this entire construction and destruction process, connecting South Asia into one thread that could help produce many other stories in future. Honestly, I didn't want to delve more into this work than what I've already said, as there are so many eminent speakers with us today who could do that, and I'm sure all of you who read it and provide me your feedback. I'm just started my writing, so I call myself an amateur writer, and hence I have a long way to go. So I stop here. But once again, I would like to impart my deepest sense of gratitude to all of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the insight about how you wrote the book, why you wrote the book. Now, a little bit change in the schedule. I would now like to take a moment to welcome the one and only Mr. Buddhi Sagar. Best known for his novels, Karnali Blues and Fifire, Mr. Buddhi Sagar is one of the flag bearers for the Nepali literature at the present moment. We are very, very happy to have you here, and we eagerly wait to hear you speak about the book. Thank you.
नमस्कार, गगन थापाज्यू अनि फेलिसिटी भयो अनि अतुलजी, सगुनाजी, बुद्धि सागर, धेरै बानी छैन मेरो यस्तो पब्लिक उसमा बोल्ने र बानी परोस् भनेर चाहिँ हाम्रो सुमिजीले बोलाउँदाखेरि चाहिँ यो खासमा यो फियर यो मासमा जुन फोबिया हुन्छ मलाई त्यो जाओस् भनेरै म एउटा आर्ट गरेर आएको छु। त्यो गल्ती भयो भने सच्याइदिनु होला। अब कहाँबाट सुरु गरेँ? उहाँ पनि लेखक, म पनि लेखक, उहाँ पनि भर्खरै अनुवाद भएको, मेरो पनि भर्खरै अनुवाद भएको। अब उहाँको बारेमा मैले बोल्नु छ। अनि मैले एउटा सिनेमा हेरेको थिएँ, मिडनाइट इन पेरिस भन्ने वुडी एलनको एउटा फिल्म, मलाई एकदम मनपर्छ। गिल भन्ने एकजना पात्र हुनुहुन्छ अमेरिकन, जो चाहिँ लेखक बन्न चाहनुहुन्छ। उहाँले एउटा पाण्डुलिपि तयार पार्नु भएको छ। पेरिस घुम्न आएपछि उहाँ चाहिँ बिस्तारै यो टाइम ट्राभल गरेर 60तिर जानुहुन्छ र उहाँले एउटा क्याफेमा हेमिङवेलाई, अनेस्ट हेमिङवेलाई भेट्नुहुन्छ। भेटेपछि उहाँले एकदमै खुसी भएर के भन्नुहुन्छ भने मैले एउटा पाण्डुलिपि चाहिँ तयार पारेको छु, तपाईँ जस्तो महान लेखकले पढेर सुझाव दिनु पर्यो। अनि हेमिङवेले भन्नुहुन्छ कि मेरो सुझाव चाहिँ म तिम्रो कृतिलाई घृणा गर्छु। अनि उसले भन्छ तपाईँले त पढ्नु भएकै छैन, कसरी घृणा गर्नुहुन्छ मेरो कृतिलाई? त्यसपछि उहाँले भन्नुभयो जब मैले पढ्छु यदि नराम्रो छ भने मलाई नराम्रो लेख्न मन पर्दैन, म त्यसलाई यति घृणा गर्छु। यदि साह्रै राम्रो छ भने मलाई यति धेरै ईर्ष्या हुन्छ कि म फेरि घृणा गर्छु। स्वभाव त म सबै घृणा गर्छु भनेपछि एउटा लेखकले अरू लेखकमाथि बोल्दाखेरि चाहिँ धेरै विश्वसनीय नमानिएला। तैपनि यो एउटा लेखकलाई हटाएर आफूभित्र त्यो उहाँको प्रवासपछि नेपाली भर्सन छ, त्यसको कभरमा चाहिँ धेरै फेसहरू देखिन्छ। त्यस्तै एउटा लेखकको फेस अनुहार लुकाएर सकेसम्म एउटा पाठकको अनुभव चाहिँ म यहाँ बाँड्न चाहन्छु। किताब चाहिँ सानो छ, 1 सिटिङमा पढ्न सकिन्छ। अनि म पनि 1 सिटिङमै पढेको, तर 1 सिटिङ भनेको शब्द सुन्दा बडा मजा आउँदो रहेछ। तर 1 सिटिङ के पढ्नु रहेछ? बस्ने, हल्किने, सुत्ने गरेर, तर छोड्न चाहिँ मन लाग्दैन। तपाईँ सुरु गरेपछि चाहिँ सक्नुहुन्छ। यो कृतिको एउटा विशेषता के हो? सुरु गरेपछि चाँडै सकिन्छ। अनि यो स्वभाव त अहिले यो एकदमै म लेखहरू पनि पढ्छु, साथीभाइहरूसँग कुरो गर्दाखेरि 40 नागिसकेपछि, मैले पनि 40 वर्ष त नागिसकेँ। 40 नागेपछि एउटा मिड एज क्राइसिस भन्छ। यसलाई लिएर एउटा अलि भन्ने पात्रलाई लिएर जुन एउटा क्राइसिस हुन्छ जीवनभरि के हुँदो रहेछ? तपाईँको 20 र 30 को एजमा चाहिँ यो सपनाले गर्दो रहेछ मान्छे, भइहाल्छ कि मसँग धेरै टाइम छ भन्ने हुँदो रहेछ। 30 र 40 को बिचमा के हुँदो रहेछ भने ल मैले गर्ने चाहिँ यो हो, अझै मसँग केही वर्षहरू छ भनेर चाहिँ 40 पुगेपछि चाहिँ फाइनल तपाईँले केही गरिहाल्नु पर्यो। र नेपालमा पनि हेर्नु पनि इतिहासहरूमा नि हेर्नु पनि धेरै क्रान्तिकारी मानिसहरू चाहिँ 40 वर्षपछि उनीहरूले आफ्नो विचार त्यागेर उनीहरू जे चिजको जबमा जीवन बाँच्छ 40 पछि त खुलिँदै गएको देखिन्छ। भने 40 पछि चाहिँ तपाईँले साँच्चीकै एउटा जीवनमा मैले के खोजेको हो र मैले के प्राप्त गरिनँ र मेरो प्राप्ति के हो र मेरो रेन्ज कति हो भन्ने थाहा हुँदो रहेछ। र अलीको पनि यो त्यसको जुन मुख्य पात्र छ अली, त्यो स्वभावबाट सुरु हुन्छ। अलीको त अझै 50 भइसक्यो। 50 पछि चाहिँ हाम्रोमा त अब साला खाला भन्नु न, रिटायर्ड भएर फर्किने अथवा जे चिजहरू छ त्यसलाई अलिकता टेको लगाउने र धेरै सपना देखिन नसकिने को रूपमा हेरिन्छ। मैले पनि आफ्नो बाल्यकालमा जति पनि एउटा उमेर काटेका व्यक्तिहरू देख्छु, हाम्रोमा चाहिँ वञ्चितै जस्तो मानिन्छ। 50 पछि चाहिँ तपाईँ नयाँ चिज केही सुरुवात गरौँ, नयाँ चिज केही गरौँ भन्न चाहिँ अलिक अप्ठ्यारो नै मानिन्छ। तर अलीले चाहिँ त्यो चिज गरेको छ। र अलीको पात्र चाहिँ अब अली चाहिँ फेरि पाकिस्तानको लाहौर पढ्यो, मुस्लिम फ्यामिलीको, फेरि मुस्लिम पनि अलिकता आधुनिक भनौँ न, एउटा बच्चा पनि छोरीसँग हुर्केको र छोरीलाई हुर्काउनलाई परेको समस्या र आर्थिक मन्दी, त्यसपछि एउटा उडेपछि तपाईँको विदेशमा गरिने नयाँ भाषा, नयाँ संस्कृति, नयाँ समाज, नयाँ चिजहरूमा घुलमिल भएर आफूलाई कसरी फेरि नयाँ स्ट्रगल 50 को उमेरको कसरी स्ट्रगल गर्ने र आफूलाई कसरी इस्टाब्लिस गर्ने भन्ने विषयमा चाहिँ यो उपन्यास कोरिएको छ। र मलाई साला खाला यस्तो त्यो कथाको आइडिया चाहिँ मलाई एकदमै मन पर्यो। किनभने म स्वभावमा आफै पनि लेखक हो। मैले त्यो एजको त्यसरी मैले सोचेर मैले अहिलेसम्म लेखेको छैन। मेरो पात्रहरू त होला, तर स्वभावमा एउटा मुख्य पात्र जस्तो गर्न सकेको छैन। तर उहाँले चाहिँ त्यसलाई बडा सुन्दर ढङ्गले बुन्नु भएको छ। त्यसमा पनि एउटा नेपाली लेखकले लेख्दाखेरि मुख्य नायक चाहिँ नेपालीले हुन्छ होला भनेर मैले आश गरेँ। अलि नाम दिँदा बित्तिकै कुनै नेपाली कुनै नेपालको हुनसक्छ अथवा विगत अथवा कुनै मुस्लिम बस्तीको एकजना मुस्लिम पात्र हो कि भनेको उहाँले पाकिस्तानबाट टिप्नु भएको छ। त्यो चाहिँ मलाई सुरुमा अलिकता अचम्म पनि लाग्यो र पढ्दै गएपछि चाहिँ मलाई कन्भिन्सिङ पनि लाग्यो। त्यसपछि उहाँको वाइफ जारा, त्यसपछि क्यानाडामा उहाँको सङ्घर्ष, त्यसपछि फेरि कति कथाहरू पहिले थाहा पनि हुन सक्ला, त्यो भएर अलिकता लुकाउँदै भन्दाखेरि त्यसमा पनि अर्को मुख्य चाहिँ त्यो उहाँले उठाउनु भएको चाहिँ विवाहगत सम्बन्ध भन्छ। तपाईँको वैवाहिक फेरि एउटा उमेर कटिसकेपछि हुने सम्बन्ध। अहिले त हाम्रो समाजमा हेर्नुभयो भने त यति धेरै किस्साहरू हुन्छ नि, तपाईँको हरेकचोटि समाचार खोल्नु भने कहीँ न कहीँ त्यो हत्या हिंसा भइरहेको छ। त्यसका धेरै प्रसङ्गमा हेर्नु विवाहगत सम्बन्धहरू जोडिन्छ। त्यो सम्बन्ध त बन्छ, तर त्यो सम्बन्धलाई कसरी तपाईँले त्यो सम्बन्धसँग तपाईँले डिल गर्ने, कसरी त्यो सम्बन्धलाई फेरि किनारा लगाउने भनेर चाहिँ यो यसमा दुई पात्रहरूको आफ्नै खाले के भन्छ फिलोसोफिकल दार्शनिक ढङ्गका केही तर्क वितर्कहरू छन्, जो चाहिँ पाठकहरूले पढ्दाखेरि चाहिँ सोचनीय पनि बनाउँछ। यो साह्रै खराब पनि थिएन, तर त्यसको डिल चाहिँ गर्न जानेन। एउटा दार्शनिक उसमा गएर हामीले सोच्न सकेनौँ, त्यस कारणले यो घटनाले हिंसाको पुग्यो भन्ने छ। यसमा चाहिँ गएर पात्रहरूले चाहिँ त्यो डिल गर्छ र यसको चाहिँ नेपाली नाम चाहिँ प्रवास छ, अङ्ग्रेजी नाम अर्को छ र यसको नाम चाहिँ यदि दुईवटा हुन्थेन भने चाहिँ यसको नाम चाहिँ यदि मैले राखेको रिङ्गटा राख्नु एउटा पात्रको यति धेरै रिङ्गटा छ। र यसको मूल चिजहरू के छ भने, मुख्य चिज यसमा मलाई मजा लाग्ने चिज के छ भने तपाईँसँग के छ भनेर थाहा पाउनलाई तपाईँले एकचोटि संसार बुझ्नुपर्छ। एकचोटि तपाईँले क्रम त्यो एउटा रिङ्गटा खाएर आएपछि मात्रै थाहा हुँदो रहेछ कि मसँग के छ। तपाईँको जीवन सहज चलिरहेको छ, लाग्छ मसँग केही पनि छैन, अरूसित सब थोक छ, यो जीवनकालभरि मैले के पाएँ त, यो जीवनभरि मैले के चिजहरू साँचे त, मेरा स्मृतिहरू के हुन्, मसँग केही पनि छैन, अरूसँग कति चिज छ भन्ने थटहरू सोचहरू आउँछन् बेला बेलामा। र त्यसको लागि चाहिँ तपाईँले एकचोटि दुनियाँ घुमेर एउटा रिङ्गटा खाइसकेपछि फेरि फर्केर हेर्दाखेरि त म जे चिजको लागि यति धेरै भौतारिया रहेछु, मैले यति वर्षहरू घुमाएँ, यति वर्ष मैले सङ्घर्ष गरेँ, यति समय मैले एक्लोपनमा काटेँ, तर आफूमा फर्केर हेर्दा त त्यो मसँगै रहेछ। र एउटा पात्रले चाहिँ रिङ्गटा खाएर आफूलाई चिन्ने जो प्रोसेस छ, उहाँले बडा सुन्दर ढङ्गले लेख्नु भएको छ। त्यो चाहिँ मलाई एकदमै मन परेको कुरा भयो किताबमा। त्यो बाहेक त अरू पनि जस्तो अर्को चाहिँ हामीमा विदेश गएपछि सबै चिजहरू के अरे विदेश गएपछि धेरै चिजहरू तुरुन्तै प्राप्त हुन्छ। विदेशमा गएपछि धेरै चिजहरू हामीले खोजेको पाइहाल्छौँ। विदेशमा गएपछि सपनाहरू चाँडै पुरा हुन्छन् भन्ने खाले थटहरू आउँछन्। मैले पनि विदेशमा जाँदाखेरि नेपालीहरूसँग कुरा गर्ने, सम्वाद गर्ने पाएँ। अनि हामीले बाहिरबाट हेर्दाखेरि उहाँहरू एकदम खुसी ह्याप्पी देखिनुहुन्छ, तर भित्र गएपछि उहाँमा त्यो एक्लोपन, त्यो उदासी र हरेक मैले धेरैजना मित्रहरू देखेँ जो चाहिँ 15 वर्ष भइसक्यो, तर 15 वर्षदेखि हरेक वर्षमा चाहिँ अब अर्को वर्षमा नेपालमा फर्किन्छु, अर्को वर्षमा नेपालमा फर्किन्छु, तर यति चिजहरू मिलाउँछु, फेरि फर्किहाल्छु, यो वर्ष भएन अर्को वर्षमा मिलाउँछु, फेरि यति मिलाएर फर्किहाल्छु भन्दा हुँदै 15-20 वर्ष बितेका छन्। र उहाँहरू सबै त्यही झेलिनु भएको छ। र हरेक दिन एक दिन पेट खायो, अनि गीत सुन्यो, उदास भयो, यहाँको सम्झ्यो, किनभने परिस्थितिले त्यसरी झेलेको छ। र यसमा चाहिँ नायक चाहिँ त्यो झेलाइबाट मुक्त भएर उसले विद्रोह गरेर म यो चिजबाट चाहिँ म निस्किन्छु भनेर नायक चाहिँ कसरी निस्किन्छ भन्ने पनि एउटा मिठो ढङ्गले निकाल्नु छ। सम्बन्धमा चाहिँ अहिलेको वर्तमानमा चलिरहेका धेरै विषयहरूलाई छुन्छ। र यो किताब पढ्दाखेरि चाहिँ पाकिस्तान, क्यानाडाका बारेमा पनि अलिकता फरक ढङ्गका, जस्तो हामीले अमेरिकाको अथवा विदेशमा हामीले धेरैपल्ट चाहिँ यात्रा निबन्धहरू हुन्छ, अथवा एउटा साउथ एसियाबाट जाने मान्छेले युरोप अथवा अमेरिकामा गएर के चिजहरू पहिला नोट गर्छ त, के चिजहरू हेर्छ भन्दाखेरि सिमिलरली केही चिजहरू हुन्छन्। तर त्यसबाहेक यसमा चाहिँ उहाँले अलिक अलग ढङ्गले उहाँले नयाँ स्पेसमा पुर्याउनु भएको छ, जसले गर्दा किताबहरू रोचक भएको छ। र यो किताब चाहिँ कारण के भने यसमा चाहिँ के लाइनहरू चाहिँ तपाईँले सट्ट पढेर अगाडि बढ्नुभयो भने अर्को के पढ्दै गर्दाखेरि फेरि फर्केर त्यो लाइनहरू पढ्न मन लाग्छ, किनभने त्यसमा अझै गहिरो कुरोहरू भनिएको छ भनेर फेरि तपाईँले जतिचोटि दोहोऱ्याउँदै जानुहुन्छ उति धेरै मजा गहिराइमै गइन्छ। केही कविताको लाइनहरू लायो मलाई भन्छ नि कोट भन्छ नि, अहिले सोसियल मिडियामा कोट सक्छन् 2 लाइन 3 लाइनहरू, त्यस्ता लाइनहरू चाहिँ धेरै भेट्नुहुन्छ। अब पुरा पढ्नु मन लागेन, त्यसमा फोटो राख्दाखेरि कुनै लाइनहरू राखौँ जीवन दर्शनका भनेपछि किताब क्लियर गर्नु भने तपाईँलाई धेरै भेटिन्छ, त्यसको लागि पढ्नु होला। र समग्रमा किताब चाहिँ मलाई मन पर्यो। र अनुवादको विषयमा चाहिँ अनुवाद पनि मैले त नेपालीमा पढेँ, पहिला मैले 2टी किताब मागेको थिएँ, नेपालीमा पढेँ त्यसपछि अङ्ग्रेजीमा पढेँ। अङ्ग्रेजीको अझै मलाई अङ्ग्रेजी अनुवादको एउटा के लाग्यो, नेपालीमा चाहिँ मैले पनि शब्दकोश हेर्न पनि अलिक जटिल खाले शब्दहरू भेटेँ, तर त्यसको चाहिँ ती शब्दहरूको चाहिँ अङ्ग्रेजीमा बरु सरल शब्दहरू समाइन्छ। र अङ्ग्रेजी अनुवाद अझ मलाई चाहिँ अब नयाँ नेपाली भन्दा नि अङ्ग्रेजी लय त्यसको एउटा रिदम चाहिँ अझै सुन्दर ढङ्गले आएको छ जस्तो मलाई लाग्यो। त्यही भएर अनुवाद सरी है त्यो नाम अलिक सुशीलजीमा तपाईँलाई एकदमै बधाई छ, धन्यवाद छ यति मिठो अनुवादको लागि। फेरि हाम्रोमा अहिले चाहिँ अनुवादकको एकदमै ठुलो कमी छ, हामीले धेरै अनुवादकहरू ल्याउनु पर्ने स्थिति भएको छ। यसमा चाहिँ अनुवादकलाई उदय प्रकाशले के भन्नुहुन्छ भने अनुवादक भनेको चाहिँ लेखक भनेको सर्जक हो, अनुवाद भनेको भगवान नै हो। किनभने एउटाले गरेको सिर्जनालाई त्यही जगमा बसेर फेरि उस्तै गरी अर्को भाषामा लैजान धेरै गाह्रो हुन्छ। सर्जकलाई त सजिलो हुन्छ, तपाईँ लेख्दा लेख्दै तपाईँलाई केही चिज कमिलो भयो, केही चिज अप्ठ्यारो भयो भनेपछि तपाईँले स्किप गरेर तपाईँले अर्को ढङ्गमा लेख्न सक्नुहुन्छ। तर अनुवादकलाई त्यो हुँदैन। म त अनुवादक भन्दा पनि यसलाई अझ अनुवाद पनि सर्जकै हो भन्छु त्यो भाषामा। जस्तो सुमितजीको लागि प्रवास चाहिँ उहाँको कृति होला, सुशीलजीको लागि उहाँको कृति चाहिँ अङ्ग्रेजीमा होला जस्तो मलाई लाग्छ। त्यही भएर अनुवादकहरूको एकदमै कमी छ हाम्रो। र फेरि जति राम्रो हुनुहुन्छ उहाँसँग समय पनि छैन। फेरि एउटा नेपाली कृतिलाई अर्को भाषामा लैजाने भने त्यो साँच्चीकै यो चाहिँ कस्तो भने त्यो यो अनुष्ठान नै हो, उहाँको हृदयदेखि उहाँले गरेको योगदान नै हो। नसक्ने आर्थिक रूपमा नेपालमा सो एकदमै यो हृदयदेखि गरेको चोखो कर्म हो। यो कर्ममा तपाईँले जुन योगदान दिनु त्यसको लागि धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद। सुमितजीलाई पनि धेरै धेरै बधाई। कृतिहरू चाहिँ अब लामो समयसम्म बिस्तारै बिस्तारै पढिँदै जान्छ जस्तो मलाई लाग्छ। र एउटै चिज चाहिँ मलाई के लाग्यो भने त्यो पात्र यदि अर्को रोचक पनि छ, अर्को पात्र हुनुहुन्छ रञ्जनजी, जो चाहिँ नेपाली पात्र पनि हुनुहुन्छ, जहाँ चाहिँ मुख्य पात्र लाहोरबाट गएको अलि हुनुहुन्छ, उहाँले भेट्ने चाहिँ एउटा रञ्जन भन्ने पात्र हुनुहुन्छ जो नेपाली। त्यो चाहिँ मलाई अलि रोचक पनि लाग्यो भने नेपाली लेखकले बनाएको पात्र चाहिँ पाकिस्तानी छ र फेरि त्यो पात्रले भेट्ने अर्को पात्र चाहिँ नेपाली छ। जस्तो नेपाली पात्रले पाकिस्तानी भेटेको भए सहज के अरे त्यो चाहिँ बढी आएको भयो, तर एउटा नेपाली लेखक क्रिएट गरेको एउटा विदेशी पात्रले फेरि नेपाली भेट्नु र फेरि मन पराउनु र नेपालीले प्रशंसा पनि गर्नु, यो चाहिँ मलाई बडा रोचक लाग्यो। अनि यसमा धेरै चिजहरू त्यसरी लुकेर बसेका छन्। पढ्नु पनि साँच्चै इन्जोय गर्नुहुन्छ होला। एकचोटि पढ्नुहोस् भन्ने मेरो तपाईँहरूलाई आग्रह पनि छ। यति भन्दै मेरो कति शब्दहरू
Thank you so much, Mr. Buddhisagar. It was a wonderful treat for all of us. I mean, treat नै भयो आज हजुरलाई बोलेको सुन्नु पाउँदा। And thank you so much. Now, moving forward, it's making everybody's, I think, work more easier. Also, I would like to invite Ms. Shah to the podium.
Her Excellency Felicity Vo, General Secretary of Nepali Congress, Mr. Gopan Thapa, a very good friend Atul Thakur, and a man of words, I would love to say, Buddhisagar ji, and all those who are present here, eminent personalities, diplomats. diplomats, family members and book lovers. A very warm good afternoon to you all. I'd first like to begin by congratulating the author Sumit Sharma Samir, publisher Renukaur Verma for taking this initiative to bring this novel in English, and above all Shushruth Acharya, the translator of this book. Shushruth, it is because of your commendable efforts that the book will have a wider readership across the border. Savaji has already mentioned much about your translation work. I've known Shushruth Acharya for some time now, and I've known him to be a very, very, very diligent and hardworking person, whatever he does. We did a play together that was William Shakespeare's play. Just recently, it's not even been a year. And during that time also, I used to see him like, he was always aloof, sitting in one corner and doing his works, his dialogues and all. He was very much into it. So I'm sure, like Buddhi Savaji said, translation is not an easy job. I recently completed one translation from Nepali into English, and I would say that, I have come out with my translation Kancha Marani 2 years ago. And talking about translation, I feel that it's comparatively easier to translate in Nepali than to translate a work of Nepali into other languages. I don't know, maybe that could be because of the lack of the richness of vocabulary that we have in English. I feel Nepali language is comparatively much more richer. So it's very difficult, as a translator, it's very difficult because you're not just translating the literal sentences or phrases or just the literal work that the author has done, but it's going beyond and understanding the author's psyche when you are actually translating his work. And to bring across this as efficiently is indeed a tedious task, and I'm sure Shushruth has done a commendable job. After reading the translation, like Savaji said, it's a very smooth read. So, मैले किताब चाहिँ एकदम rushमा पाएको. Actually, there was confusion when I was approached for this book. I thought I just had to be present for the event, and I agreed because Atulji, when he asked me to come to the event, I thought that I would be over there. And I readily said okay because I was traveling. But then I got a message from Sumitji and asking me, thanking me for becoming the speaker of this event, and I was taken aback because I was traveling and I did not even have the time to read. But thankfully he made it available to me pretty quick, and I flew with this book to Delhi recently. So I even took it to Lodi Garden. I often go to Lodi Garden because I have read much about this place from Khushwant Singh's novel. I love him as a man of words because of his philosophy and approach towards life. So, talking about the novel, thank you, Atulji, for choosing me as a speaker, and Sumitji as well, because of who I had an opportunity of reading this wonderful novel. So, wake up, Ali, wake up now. I did not pay much attention to the title of the novel, and I had not read the Nepali translation, Nepali word. I did not pay much attention to the title initially, and I assumed that it was to be a diasporic novel with a protagonist as a Nepali man, like with the Savaji. So I was like, a little confused, like what is happening here over there. So, though this novel consists of diaspora as a theme, the content is far and beyond just the concerns of migrant workers, their status quo, and their struggles in a foreign land. The novel explores the human psyche, the constraints of relationship, the carnal desires, and the carnal desires, quote, boundaries and burdens of men and women alike. I've always believed that boundaries are important because they keep us disciplined in life. Unfortunately, Ali, not only travels across the boundaries of his own land to a foreign land, but also he breaks, some of the moral and ethical values that he carries. When I read this, I felt like the grass always looks greener on the other side of the fence. So many of us, travel abroad in not only for our dreams and desires, also because out of compulsions in life, like the character Ali travels over here. So our dreams, desires, and compulsions, they take us to the La La Land, and then when we go over there and when we start working over there, or when we find friends who are quite welcoming to us initially, and then later on you have to prove yourself, you have to move out of their places, and these things become very momentary. So I think reality really bites. Any कुराहरु भएको छ अनि मलाई एउटा कुरा चाहिँ no matter where we live, we are always tied to our roots. मलाई नयनराज पाण्डेजीले एउटा कुरा लेख्नु भएको थियो, जतिसुकै आकाशमा उडे पनि, जतिसुकै पहिटा फैलाए पनि फर्केर बुढी औँलाले चाहिँ जमिन टेक्नुपर्छ भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ एउटा लेख्नु भएको थियो। त्यो कुराले चाहिँ मलाई एकदमै आफूलाई पर्सनली पनि लाइफमा द्याट म्याटर्स अ लट। अनि यो नोभल हेर्दाखेरि पनि हामी जतासुकै जहाँसुकै भौतारिएर गए तापनि at the end, we are always in search of our homelands and in search of our roots. And we are who we are. Our identity is, shaped up by so many things. हामीले विदेश गयो भने हामी बित्तिकै चाहिँ विदेशको रहनसहन, त्यहाँको तौर तरिका जतिसुकै सिके पनि एट द कोर हामी जहिले पनि हामी आफै नै हुँदो रहेछ र त्यही कुराको नै चाहिँ सर्च हुँदो रहेछ। अनि यो आइडेन्टिटी क्राइसिस, यो कन्फ्लिक्ट, यो चाहिँ एकदमै राम्रो तरिकाले चाहिँ यो नोभलमा चाहिँ पोर्ट्रेट गरिएको छ। एन्ड दिस नोभल इज not only, it's not only about the hardships and the toil that a person, no matter, from the South Asian, South Asian countries, but होस् या चाहिँ विदेशबाट नै चाहिँ अर्काको भूमिमा काम गर्न आएको मान्छे होस्, it's not only about their struggle in making their lives better from the outside, but also there's a lot of, it's a reflection on your internal growth पनि रहेछ। यो चाहिँ एकदमै राम्रोसँग यहाँनिर चाहिँ हामीसँग चाहिँ 5वटा च्याप्टर्सहरू छ। सुरुको च्याप्टर चाहिँ सर्च छ। च्याप्टरले पनि देखाउँदै जान्छ कि नोभल चाहिँ कतातिर मुभ गरिरहेको छ भनेर। सो वी हेभ सर्च इन द बिगिनिङ एन्ड देन एक्सपिरियन्स, लभ, सेपरेसन एन्ड इमर्जेन्स भनेर। सो मैले हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ आई फेल्ट दिस नोभल इज नट, इट डेफिनेटली हेज got a theme of the migrant workers and the hardships and toils, but then it's also more about the internal journeys and reflections that you take. It's the external journey as well as the internal journeys of my life. And it also, I think it also tells you, I don't know how much of the writer, just took up a plot and started telling the stories, or how much of the writer himself is involved in the process of writing. I also felt that, somewhere I found I found myself also, in a lot of places. There were places where I was completely dejected by the turn of events, and I was not absolutely coping with the infidelity past at the end of the round. But those things have been justified. They could have been left for open endings, but justified. So the morality, ethics, moral values, ethics, हामीले आफूले आफूलाई हेर्न सक्छौँ कि सक्दैनौँ, हाम्रो कोड अफ कन्डक्टहरू चाहिँ लाइफमा चाहिँ कस्तो खालको छ, बिकज वी प्रिच अ लट, वी टक अबाउट गुड थिङ्स अ लट, बट डु वी आर वी रियली एबल टु लुक इन्टु आवरसेल्भ्स? So initially when the story begins, Ali is a character, the protagonist is a character who is full of doubt for himself. He's not a man with high morals or not, he does not have anything good to say about himself. He finds that his wife Razia is comparatively a better thinker, more vocal, she takes her stand. So Razia ko character like say ekdamai चाहिँ writerले चाहिँ एकदमै राम्रो strong एउटा woman character, because we don't get to see these kind of characters in many of the novels where women are एकदमै empowered खालको चाहिँ positionमा or decision making positionमा, so we don't see many of them. But the writer has sketched Razia in a manner in which she is the one who takes charge, and she is the one who forces Ali to move to the foreign land. After family go land. But there's a reason why she does that, and that is revealed towards the end of the novel. So your term external journey that's great. So we decided to धेरै कुरा भन्नुभयो कि यसमा गएर के कुरा देखिन्छ कस्तो कस्तो कुरा देखिन्छ भन्ने कुराहरु तर यसमा चाहिँ what I love more about the novel is the internal journey and the it is the emergence भन्ने सम्म पार्टमा आउँदाखेरि लास्टको पार्टमा आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ Ali seems to be an awakened man. So सुरुमा अघि पनि भन्नुभयो उहाँले बुद्धिजीले अहिले यसो सोशल मिडियाहरु मात्र खोलेर हेर्ने हो पनि आए दिन जस्तो युट्युबमा चाहिँ रिलेसनशिपमा कन्फ्लिक्टहरु नै धेरै So it's not only the women who are suffering, but it's also the men who are suffering equally. I don't know whether it is the changing times and now women have also started doing things that were only supposedly done by men. त्यो कुराहरु मात्र थियो होला तर अहिले आएर चाहिँ रसियाको क्यारेक्टर र रियाको क्यारेक्टर who is also a migrant worker in Canada. So she's also a worker, and how their love develops, and then how the separation happens, how there is the boundary को कुरा गरेको थिएँ मैले अघि चाहिँ त्यो boundary चाहिँ किन necessary रहेछ किनभने we always have our duties and responsibilities at one part, and then we have our dreams and desires at other part. So is are all our dreams and desires possible? Do we take a halt once in a while and reflect what are we doing or where am I heading? That kind of personal reflections came across very meaningfully, I would say, and that is the best part I love about the novel. You say अलिकति हामीले चाहिँ अरु नोभलहरुमा जस्तो चाहिँ बाहिर त्यो काम साम यताउति भन्दाखेरि पनि त्यो डिफिकल्टिजहरु मात्र भन्दा पनि it is more about the awakening of Ali, the protagonist from inside, and I think that comes across as a writer पनि writerले चाहिँ अब आफूले हामीले कस्तो खालको सब्जेक्ट म्याटरहरु लेख्छौं भन्दाखेरि some things that are close to our heart त्यो नै लेख्छौं होला हामीले चाहिँ लेख्दाखेरि चाहिँ अनि या हाम्रो सराउन्डिङ्समा हामीले देखिसकेको सुनेका कुराहरु रियालिटी जसलाई हामीले डेपिक्ट गर्छौं हाम्रो कथाको माध्यमबाट. So I think it also this book also reflects the kind of man Sumit Ji himself with the philosophical awakening and in the novel. So I'm really happy that this is a very small sized book and अघि बुद्धिजीले भन्नुभयो जस्तो एक सिटिङको रिड हो तर मैले चाहिँ यसलाई 5 दिन लगाएर पढेँ. 5 वटा च्याप्टर 5 दिन लगाएर पढेँ किनभने अघि सुश्रुतले यहाँनिर मलाई भेट्ने बित्तिकै किताब त राम्रोसँग पढेको रहेछ बिकज हिस्स पुरा लेखेर कोरेर मोडेर गरेर पढाएको छ. So it was like मैले आफैले पनि I was taking a journey किनभने I found myself as a woman पनि हाम्रो अवस्थाहरूले हामीलाई कसरी सेप अप गर्छ त्यो कुराले पनि फिलोसफिकली हामीले कसरी सोच्छौँ एउटा मोरली एथिकली कसरी सोच्छौँ र त्यो कुराले पनि र I think what are the mistakes that we commit? Are we able to forgive ourselves with the mistakes that we commit? भन्ने खालको कुराले पनि चाहिँ it was a lot of it was not only about reading the book, it was a lot of self-reflection throughout the reading of this book. So I took a long time, 5 days for 5 chapters, and reflected, conversed, was mad at few places, was happy at few places, loopholes अलिअलि पनि पाएँ र केही ठाउँमा चाहिँ मलाई ओके राइटरले जस्टिफाई गरिदिनु भएछ यो चाहिँ तर यति सबै कुराहरू भनिसकेर पनि हामी दुवैजनाले चाहिँ प्लट चाहिँ रिभिल गरिदिएको छैनौँ. सो यो कहाँनिर गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ यो तपाईँहरूको लागि हो. प्लिज read the book. Once again, congratulations Sumit Ji and Shushrut for bringing out this wonderful book for Renu Ji and the publishers. Thank you very much.